Remember when telephone networks used to be robust? Well, what about IP network? Steve, you guys are doing something called IP Matters, and why are you doing that?
Right. So what we're trying to do is to help the small carrier create a network like we used to create on the voice side, where we spent millions of dollars for switches, battery backup systems, grounding systems. We're trying to create a cost-effective network monitoring system for the small carrier.
And so you've partnered with NetBoss on this?
Right. We partnered with NetBoss to come out with a box that we will come out and install for free on site. Let it monitor your system for a month. Then we'll come back and do all the reports to give you an idea of what's happening on your network, where your problems may be, and give you a detailed professional write-up by our IP experts.
And it really is end-to-end, all the way from the subscriber.
Right. We can find customers that have problems with viruses, and we can also find problems with your upstream network or your backhaul network.
And so have you implemented this practice yet?
We have with a couple customers. We're working on getting it up and running right now and testing it, and we're in a 30-day period right now to get it running.
And so from a return on investment perspective, where do the returns come in?
Right. So our goal is to help you identify where there may be troubles on the network. So instead of just constantly throwing more bandwidth at the problem, we can maybe find the problem, eliminate that problem, and save you money up front.
And you've partnered with an established entity who's doing this sort of thing.
Right. These guys are a telco-grade network monitoring company. Usually their solutions are hundreds of thousands of dollars. We've gotten them to develop a box that's $5,000 or less that we can install, get up and running, and actively monitor your network, and even do SLAs. So say, for example, you're a small ILEC with a bank that requires SLAs. This device allows you to do those SLA reporting for that bank.
It sounds like there could be a permanent.
So the end game is after the 30 days is up, you decide, yeah, this is the value, and I like this, and then you go into a small monthly subscription, and you keep the box, and you get monthly reports, and our engineers look at the device every month and send you a report on what's happening.
And it sounds like that's part of the value add, is you don't have to add staff or anything.
Right. It's for the companies that don't have NOCs, don't have 7x24 active support on their network. It allows them to see what's going on all the time without having to spend that money for their own NOC.
And I assume the reports that you provide then could also be provided to the customers' customers?
Yeah, and they also have access to a web portal. So if they wanted to give that kind of access to the customer could log on to the web portal and see their own reports, or they could just store that data in case there's ever a request for it.
And so from a kind of an analysis standpoint, does this allow you to then kind of figure out what you should do next?
Right. It allows us to see what's going on in the network and make recommendations and be more proactive instead of reactive like most customers are today.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to hearing more about this. And good luck.
Thanks.